I'm in the business of helping people, and I come across all sorts of people: happy people and sad people, confident people and scared people, rich people and poor people. And the dynamics between the opposites is important, but it's not interesting. You spend enough time doing what I do, and you can almost predict behavior. You can anticipate what an angry person will do versus what a happy person will do in the same situation. You can tell based on mindset and expectation how a poor person will react to certain statements versus how a rich person would react to the same statements. So the dynamics are important, but the most interesting thing in the world is always what you do next. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, what you have, what you don't have, or what sort of mess you've turned your life into. What you do next is all that matters. Now, life happens. Life happens and it makes us laugh. Life happens and it makes us cry. It happens and makes us happy, afraid, hopeful, confused, depressed, and so on. That's ordinary. That's what life does. The unique part, the exciting part, is what comes next. What happens after you've been disappointed and defeated? What happens after you lose the job in the middle of an economic downturn and you've got 3 kids at home and a mortgage past due? What happens after that person you thought you'd spend the rest of your life with decides it's over and then leaves without as much as an explanation? What happens next? That's where people get stuck. They get stuck where they are. They get stuck and paralyzed by what happened. They can't see beyond their wounds. I'm not saying you shouldn't take time and process your feelings. I'm not suggesting you don't take time to acknowledge your pain, to work out the disappointment or the shock. There is no such thing as a wrong feeling. So process your stuff. But remember that it's a process. It's only a process. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And when you get to the end of the process, you arrive at a place called what now? And that's a scary place. He's not coming back. What now? This depression is costing me too much. What now? I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to survive out here. Technology is making my skills obsolete. What now? It's a scary place. And it's destroyed more lives than you can imagine. This is the place where people go backwards. This is the place where people let fear, anger, and resentment take over. This is the place where people decide to ruin the next 10 years of their lives. I've been there before, and I've seen it enough times to tell you that this is the place that changes you. It changes you. It's a scary place, but it's also a magical place. This is where breakthroughs can happen. This is also where personal revolutions that can change the direction of your next 20 years can happen. This is where purpose and passion meet. This is the place. Mission and courage get discovered here. Hear what I'm saying to you. Hear what I'm saying to you. The place that's asking you what now is interested in what you're going to do next. And are you going to rise or are you going to fall? Are you going to swim or are you going to sink? Are you going to grow or are you going to die? What are you going to do now? This is where you get to decide who you're going to be. This is where you get to create a new life, a new you. This is where your insecurities end. Your fear and your anger may not know it yet, but this is where they end. You've never been committed to anything. You've never thrown your entire self at anything. That ends in here, in this place. You've spent the last 17 years living out other people's negative conclusions about life. That ends here. You don't believe you deserve love. Well, that ends here. What you decide to do next is the most interesting thing in the world because it's the most powerful thing in the world. You can change the last 17 years in the blink of an eye. In the space of a heartbeat, you can wake up and regain control of your life, of yourself again. You can decide to start living again right here in this what now space. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do next? My name is Angelo, and I'm the Motivator.